Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with a combination of Scrap Squad Sunday and my Monday weekly Scrap Backwards post. So I'm using my Scrap Backwards kit and the weekly scrap lift. I think this is scrap lift number 4 maybe at Scrap Squad. And I'm kind of combining, this is a colorful layout. It's all concentrated. It's a T shape, but it's kind of concentrated up in the upper right corner. I love all the white space out here. There's a little bit of mixed media in a couple areas, and I'm gonna try to do some of that. I'm gonna mix up papers from my Scrap Backwards kit, and as I pull the papers to try to replicate this, I looked for a photo, and I looked in my 12-box project, my box 1 that I'm doing in January, and I found this photo that's just one that John took of me at the first house that we lived in. I can remember the house, and there's a story here. There's a box that I appear to be opening, and I appear to be holding a box of film, a box that contains a roll of film. And it looks like the little canisters on the table there, and there's some packing material. So I'm going to conclude that I must have been opening a camera that was a gift. I know that this was taken before we left on our the business trip that we ended up taking. The business trip was in San Francisco, the destination, the meetings. And then from there, after that, we drove down the coast to San Diego. And I've already scrapped quite a few photos from there. But this is just a random at-home shot. And the story is relevant really only to me. I remember where and when I got that blouse. I remember this picture hanging on the wall and all of these. I loved lions and tigers and leopards, and apparently had some framed photos of them. And just there's a book I was reading kind of right up on top of the pile of cushions. And the fact that the cushions were kind of piled around tells me that James must have been napping. That was kind of his place to nap. So anyway, it's going to be a special page for me, and I'm going to use up a bunch of scraps and a bunch of stuff from my Scrap Backwards kit. So if you can look at this, you can kind of see all of the layers seem to be very, first of all, I guess I should bring that back. First of all, they're distressed, and they seem to be very separated from one another. So I've gone through, and all my layers have foam on the back, so they'll be separated. And then as I put them down, I'll try to bend and curl them up. I'm going to embellish a little bit differently, but I did find an arrow that I think I can use. And I'm going to mix patterns of paper that do not make sense, color-wise, theme-wise, or anything else. This is a travel page, so Kirei, it's Kirei Baldwin's page. She did it for Lottie Loves Paper. And she's got lots of travel motif, excuse me, a title, and also embellishments. So I'm going to put this aside, and hopefully it'll stay up so that I can refer to it every now and then. Instead of a white background, I'm going to use this. This is a sheet from Auburn Lane by Pink Paisley. And it's a very faded kind of newspaper print. And I thought that might be a good a good background for the vintage of the photo. The photo was November of 1981. So now I'm gonna kind of start building my T. And this is kind of just short. I cut a 1/2 inch off of it, so it's a 1/4 inch short from the edges on either end. And then I guess this is the next layer. And I'm going to put an extra bit of foam right there. I'm going to have to do this all along to kind of bridge the gaps there. And there. I'm not going to worry a whole lot whether it's absolutely level, because I'll be kind of turning things up. I don't want to do it just yet because I want to lay things out flat-ish. Okay, this is the cross T, and it doesn't need to be this long, so I'm going to figure out how long it does need to be so that it comes the same 1/4 inch from there. So I've got that in case I want to use it somewhere. And I did not put foam on this. I must have forgotten, but it's just as well, because I could make you think I'm really smart and planned ahead and knew that I was going to have to cut some off of it, so I didn't want to put the foam. I could try to fool you into thinking that that's what I did, but it's not true. Okay, there, and then I've got this little piece. Whoops. That's kind of overlapping there. And then down below my photo, the photo's going to go here. And below my photo, there is, well, no, there is this piece that goes across that way. See what I mean about the colors don't make sense? But hopefully, when I use all kinds of multicolored embellishments, it will begin to look like it's going to make sense. I'm going to lay this right here so there's an even frame around it. It's different from the original. And then I'll use some, I'm going to build up some layers there with tags and tabs and labels and such. And then that gives me a kind of a platform for embellishing. I need that to be parallel. These tags are going to go up here. I'm going to have to cut the bottom off of them. There and there. I'm going to staple them together. If I can find my stapler. I know it's in here somewhere. And then I'll put some foam up here to give some dimension, as they'll be a little bit raised. There we go. And I have I think I won't use those. I have a tab here. I'm gonna write November 1981. Now, to be honest, I'm getting that date from, that's the date on the back of the print, which means that's the date that it was, that the film was developed. Not necessarily the date of the photos. Could have been October, could have been September, and I could have just waited. But that's as close as I can get, because like I said, I don't really remember a whole lot about it. I'm gonna put this arrow here, and I'm just gonna glue it to the photo, and then it'll kind of stick up. Whoops. I got some glue on the photo in a place that I didn't want, but I'm gonna leave it. It looks like it's pointing to the tiger there. My title is gonna go right here. But I want to, oh, you know what? I have this. This goes down like that. And so silly me, I'm about to forget some paper. And I have another little piece that goes down below. Okay, I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna let it be a little bit off center. I think it might be misleading if it were dead center, and I don't know if you know what I mean by that. If things are dead center, in a lot of cases, it makes you feel like it's supposed to be, everything is supposed to be dead center or evenly spaced or, you know, perfect. And this is not that page. It's not that kind of page. Okay, I'm gonna go here and maybe like that, or do I want this maybe over here? I might do that. Leave this here, and then I have a smaller floral bit there. Let's try that. Okay, and then this has a foam dot on the back of it. So I can move my Cozy Days over a bit and have that kind of filling in there. I didn't want to place it until I had figured all that out. And the Cozy Days title is from Bramble Fox, and it came with a fall collection, and it's kind of that sweater weather, you know, stuff. And it obviously in Houston, where I was there, you know, that was not the case. It wasn't exactly sweater weather. I have this little foam word stay. I'm not sure where it came from, but I kind of thought I'd use it here because to me, what this page is, it's a memory of this time. John and I had just gotten married in August, and this was just a few months later. And it's like a memory of a point in time that was fresh and new and exciting and all those things. And I have this bit that says a day in the life. That's actually the name of this paper line by Echo Park that has the florals. And I cut it from the branding strip. It just seems like a perfect subtitle for this. So I used it. And I thought this plaid flare might be cute there. And I've got this little tiny fussy cut of rosettes that I didn't want to waste. And I thought it could kind of go like so. Okay, make sure that's down. Like I said, everything is separated with foam. So in the original, there are a couple actually of these clipboard things, and I thought I'd try to work one of those in right here. And I have some thin foam strips behind this. This came from a sticker book for, I believe it was Fernwood by Vicki Boutin. I'm going to put that there. And then I have a tiny little word that says memories. And it's from a cut apart sheet called Paper Snips from Bramble Fox. And I thought it doesn't exactly lay over it or overlay it in, and fit. And I didn't think that mattered. And I have another flare that I thought I might use just to kind of reinforce the fact that I'm using every color in the book, but I don't think I'm going to use that. I've got these that are from a Maggie Holmes collection that kind of seem to fit more in here. I'm going to put this right there. And then I've got some small ones. Why is that behaving that way? I'm going to give it a little better glue job. Okay, that's not working. I guess where the dot is under it, I'm going to overlay this bee on top of that flare. And I've got a little flare here, not a flare, these are wood adhesive brads. I don't like that on top there. I'm just going to put it right there. And I've got this one of some lemons, and that's the one I want to sneak back under there. And I'm going to use them all. I'm killing this kit. So I'm going to kind of lay that there and have another one right here by the clipboard. Okay, I have some Heidi Swap stars and some more of those arrows, but I don't think I'm going to use them. Now, I want to see if I can do some splatters without messing up the rest of the page. So bear with me as I pull, and I think black splatters would look the best. So I'm going to do, I guess I need to get rid of that. I'm going to do some right in here, and some right over here, and some right up there. Or maybe there. So let's see what we're going to do. I'm going to raise that up and do it that way. And this is Dilutions Black Marble, just the plain ink spray. It's not the shimmer. Really doesn't have to have a lot of splatters to get the effect that I'm going for. I may put them in a few more places because I actually really like them. Kind of do a few there. I'm running low on black. That's my first bottle that I've used the whole thing. And right up here. Okay, so there's my finished page. I will add some journaling that will be personal about the memory, and then it'll be ready to put in my album. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll check out the Scrap Squad Facebook group and also the Scrap Backwards Facebook group. We have lots of fun in both groups. There's a weekly lift from Scrap Squad, unless they're having a special event, in which case they do 12 days in a row. And on Scrap Backwards, we do we pick a set of embellishments, build a kit around it, work backwards to getting photos done. And in the 12 box project, I'm doing all vintage photos. And so I've got a lot of people started doing that too. So this is all of it blended together. So thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.